Hey, what's up, guys? Steve here. And today we're going to take a look at the 40 highest selling 1987 through 1994 Michael Jordan basketball cards from the Fanatics weekly auction that ended on October 20th. And we'll kick today's list off at number 40 with Michael Jordan's 1990 Skybox card number 41. This was a PSA 9 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $21.60. Up next at number 39 is this 1993 Fleer Living Legends Michael Jordan, card number 4. This was a CGC 7 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $22.80. Coming in at number 38 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Fleer Sharpshooters with card number 3. This was a CGC 9 that received 7 bids, and it sold for $24 even. We're headed to the late 1980s at number 37, with this 1989 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 200. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $26.40. Up next at number 36 is this 1992 Upper Deck Michael Jordan Air card, card number 453. This was a PSA 8 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $31.20. Coming in at number 35 is this 1991 Skybox Bulls Starting 5 featuring Michael Jordan with card number 337. This was a PSA 10 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $31.20. Up next at number 34 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1990 Fleer basketball set with card number 26. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for $31.20. Coming in at number 33 is this 1992 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 488. This was a CGC 10 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $32.40. Up next at number 32 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Hoop Supreme Court with card number SC11. This Jordan was in a PSA 9 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $33.60. Coming in at number 31 is this 1993 SCD Multi-Sport Pocket Price Guide Michael Jordan, card number 102. This was a PSA 8 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $34.80. And kicking off the top 30 of today's list is Michael Jordan's 1994 Upper Deck MJ Rare Air with card number 70. This was a PSA 10 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $42. Up next at number 29 is this 1992 Upper Deck International Spanish Award Hologram Michael Jordan, card number EB9. This was a PSA 9 that received 14 bids, and it also sold for $42 even. Coming in at number 28 is this 1993 Upper Deck Signature Moves Michael Jordan, card number 237. This was an SGC 10 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $43.20. Up next at number 27 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1989 Fleer basketball set with card number 21. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for just over $50. Coming in at number 26 is this 1993 Upper Deck Beyond the Glass Michael Jordan, card number G11. This was a CGC 8.5 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $57.60. Up next at number 25 is this 1993 Hoops Michael Jordan All-Star, card number 257. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $67.20. Up next at number 24 is this 1992 Fleer All-Stars Michael Jordan, card number 6. This was a PSA 8 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $72 even. Coming in at number 23 is this 1993 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 28. This was a PSA 10 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $76.80. Up next at number 22 is Michael Jordan's sticker from the 1987 Fleer basketball set with sticker number 2. This was a PSA 7 that received 16 bids, and it also sold for $76.80. Coming in at number 21 is this 1993 Hoops 5th Anniversary Michael Jordan, card number 257. This was a PSA 10 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $86.40. And we're headed back to the 1980s to kick off the top 20 of today's list with this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Gold Michael Jordan, card number 15. This was a PSA 9 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $91.20. Up next at number 19 is this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Gold 82 NCAA Champions featuring Michael Jordan with card number 200. This was a PSA 9 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $93.60. Coming in at number 18 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Ultra with card number 27. This was a PSA 10 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $103.20. Up next at number 17 is this 1994 SCD Sports Cards Pocket Price Guide Michael Jordan, card number 8. This was a PSA 8 that received 33 bids, and it sold for $138. We're headed back to the 1980s for the next few cards, starting at number 16. With this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Gold Michael Jordan, card number 13. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for $138. Coming in at number 15 is this 1988 Fleer Michael Jordan sticker, sticker number 7. This was a PSA 8 with the ST qualifier that received 25 bids, and it sold for $144. Up next at number 14 is this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Gold Michael Jordan, card number 18. This was a PSA 9 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $168. Coming in at number 13 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Topps Gold 50-Point Club card with card number 64. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $192. Up next at number 12 is this 1994 Skybox Emotion Intense Michael Jordan, card number 3. This was a CGC 9 that received 22 bids, and it sold for $228. Coming in at number 11 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1987 Fleer basketball set with card number 59. This was an SGC 7.5 that received 22 bids, and it sold for $234. And kicking off the top 10 of today's list is this 1992 Topps Archives Michael Jordan, card number 52. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $312. Up next at number 9 is this 1988 Basket 16 Michael Jordan, card number 14. This was a PSA 4 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $360. Coming in at number 8 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Fleer Total D insert with card number 5. This was a PSA 9 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $408. Up next at number 7 is this 1990 Fleer All-Stars Michael Jordan, card number 5. This was a PSA 10 that received 13 bids, and it also sold for just over $400. Coming in at number 6 is this 1988 Panini Super Sport Italian Michael Jordan, card number 141. This was a PSA 8 that received 17 bids, and it sold for $516. And kicking off the top 5 of today's list is this 1991 Clio Michael Jordan Valentines. This was a PSA 10 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $690. Up next at number 4 is this 1993 Skybox Premium Dynamic Dunks Michael Jordan, card number D4. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 28 bids, and it sold for $810. Coming in at number 3 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra Scoring Kings insert with card number 5. This Jordan was in a BGS 9 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $1,519. Up next at number 2 is this 1992 Stadium Club Beam Team Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $2,160. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1993 Ultra Power in the Key Michael Jordan, card number 2. This was a PSA 10 that received 28 bids, and it sold for $6,600. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.